Girls on the Run, Capstone Project presented by Aubrey Adams. About Girls on the Run. Girls on the Run was started by a woman named Molly Barker in 1996 in Charlotte, North Carolina. Molly Barker started the program because she had struggled herself as a young girl, and as she became a mother, she started to see her daughter going through the same struggles. She decided to start a program to teach pre-adolescent girls how to be positive and embrace their individuality. Why did I select Girls on the Run? The idea of helping with Girls on the Run came about because a few of my friends and family were discussing it. After looking into it, I knew it was what I wanted to complete my service learning project on. I think empowering young women to have a voice is the most important thing they can be taught. Not only do I remember being their age, but I also have a daughter of my own. The lessons taught by Girls on the Run are extremely beneficial. Along with the lessons, teaching girls about exercise and healthy living is also important. The 5K not only helps the girls to exercise, but it shows them how to work towards a goal and achieve that goal. Population served. Pre-adolescent girls, grades 3rd through 8th grade. The grades are split between 3rd and 5th grade and 6th and 8th grade, so the material covered is age appropriate. Girls on the Run is an international organization. In each school district that participates in Girls on the Run, groups are split by elementary schools having their own groups and 1 or 2 groups for middle school girls. Services provided. Girls on the Run is an after-school program lasting 10 weeks. I took part in Girls on the Run at Stiebel Elementary School, which is in the Manheim Central School District. The curriculum is provided by Girls on the Run. Each lesson is broken down into informal conversation, introduction to the lesson, a getting on board, which is usually an activity related to the lesson, stretching and strengthening exercises, a warm-up game, the workout, a wrap-up, stretching again, energy award, and a group cheer. Girls on the Run teaches young girls positive, emotional, social, mental, and physical development. Each week has a different lesson that each girl can relate to. Each team of girls picks a community service project to complete. Our community service project was making bird feeders and hanging them in the community. And then each season, there's a spring and a fall, is finished by the girls running Girls on the Run 5K. The needs of the population are to learn about positive relationships, how to communicate with each other, learning right from wrong, and learning to have a voice, understanding how to problem solve, being positive, overcoming obstacles, brainstorming, and knowing when to ask for help, how to take care of their emotional health, just balancing their needs, how to cope effectively, and accepting new situations, and also the importance of a support person. Positive self-esteem. A lot of girls in this age group already have weight issues. They have lack of positive affirmation, and they have unrealistic expectations of themselves, along with a lack of their self-worth. And also what being healthy means to them. Social issues addressed by Girls on the Run. Girls on the Run teaches pre-adolescent girls to unplug the negative thoughts and plug in the positive thoughts. We use this throughout the course of the 10 weeks. Anytime one of the girls seems to be thinking negative thoughts, we just tell them to unplug and to plug back in those positive thoughts. It teaches healthy relationships and the difference in healthy and unhealthy. Some of the girls just need a good example of what a healthy person looks like because already at their young age, they have unrealistic ideas of what a healthy person and what a healthy life looks like. It shows each girl how to be proud of their individuality, and it teaches the girls how to work as a team and to build each other up. Issues for this population from a healthcare perspective. It is important for all healthcare professionals to understand the importance of their role in the social, political, economic, and cultural issues of pre-adolescent girls. When girls hit the adolescent age, their confidence drops twice as much as boys. Healthcare professionals can advocate for pre-adolescent girls by providing examples of positive body image. Friendships can become more challenging in girls during adolescence. Healthcare professionals should discuss the changes in friendships with girls during their yearly visits. Making girls aware of changes and ways to cope with new situations is very important. Anxiety and depression can become an issue. Healthcare professionals should start screening for anxiety and depression along with the girl's ability to cope with new situations. Healthcare professionals should know what cultural norms are for pre-adolescent girls in their area and provide education that takes their culture into consideration. Economic issues can become more prevalent to girls as they age. Healthcare professionals should be aware of the economic situation for the generalized public in which they are working and the resources that are available to the public. How did I make this happen? Girls on the Run provides coaches with a lesson plan to follow each week. In order to become a coach, I had to go to a class that explains my job as a coach. It was a 4-hour class, and it started at the beginning and explained exactly what should be done throughout each lesson. I communicated on a regular basis with the other coaches that were part of my team at Siegel. I reviewed the lesson plan prior to each practice so I knew what I was to discuss with the girls and to be prepared for some of the questions they might ask me. I went to practice anywhere from 1 to 2 times per week, depending on the need for coaches and everyone's different schedules. I usually went once a week, but if needed, we would swap different times to make it so that everybody could be at as many practices as possible to support the girls. What specifically did I do? I worked with other coaches to provide the best experience for the girls. Everything we did was to keep what was best for the girls in mind. I followed the lesson plan and went to each practice prepared. I took part in preparing for activities and cleaning up after each practice. I also ran the practice 5K and the 5K with the girls, and I was there at the finish line to make sure that each girl had someone cheering her on as they crossed the finish line. Project revisions or considerations. I plan to continue to be a part of Girls on the Run. In the future, I would suggest that all coaches take part at every practice. The lessons build on each other, and when coaches are only going to one of the practices, it makes it difficult to follow up with what was reviewed in the following practice. I have seen some of the updates for this Girls on the Run season, and there have been positive revisions made to reflect the changes that pre-adolescent girls of today are facing. My personal objectives. By the end of the 2015 Girls on the Run spring season, I will learn how to teach young girls in my community how to live healthy, exercise, and think positively about themselves. By the end of the 2015 Girls on the Run spring season, I expect to complete 30 hours of community service by teaching young girls about positive body image and learning how to communicate best with this population. By the completion of my service learning experience, I expect to learn how to be a positive leader for the girls in the program and to be someone they can confide in throughout the year. Meeting my objectives. I met my first objective by completing weekly lesson plans with the girls about living healthy and thinking positively. I exercised with the girls during each practice and activity. I found the best way to communicate and teach the girls was by letting the girls talk and have a snack prior to practice. Then having a recap of the prior lesson along with a brief description of that day's lesson helped the girls to be ready for what I was teaching them. I met my second objective by learning to just listen to the girls. In order to get the girls to communicate openly with me, I needed to sit and listen to the girls. Hearing what they had to say and understanding issues that they were facing helped me to communicate with them best. I met my third objective by going out of my own comfort zone and taking a leadership role for the girls. Sharing my own stories and providing positive feedback helped the girls to trust me and to feel comfortable with confiding in me. Impact on the population. Girls on the Run positively impacts pre-adolescent girls by helping them to build confidence in themselves. It teaches them what a healthy relationship looks like and how to stand up for themselves. It also teaches the girls how to deal with changes in their lives in a positive way. I was able to watch the girls grow throughout the season. I saw for myself the positive impact Girls on the Run had on each and every girl I coached. How did Girls on the Run personally impact me? Originally, I did this project for the main purpose of completing a graduation requirement. After I went to the first coaches meeting, I knew this would be more than just a graduation project. This project helped me to be more approachable and to go out of my comfort zone. How did Girls on the Run impact me professionally? Professionally, Girls on the Run has opened my eyes to a population that I do not usually work with. I learned how to be a better educator by working with adolescent girls. I found with the girls that a straightforward approach to teaching is not always the best way. Sometimes it was best to teach them by just listening to what they had to say and letting them work through situations. I believe that is something that I can use also in my professional career while teaching my patients. So in conclusion, coaching Girls on the Run has been an amazing experience for me. It has taught me how to be better in my personal and professional life. This project became much more to me than just a graduation project, and I hope to continue to support. So in conclusion, coaching Girls on the Run has been an amazing experience for me. It has taught me how to be better in my personal and professional life. This project became much more to me than just a graduation project, and I hope to continue to support my community by coaching in the future. I've given you here a short video of an example of an energy award that we do at Girls on the Run, just to give you a little bit of what Girls on the Run looks like and how we build up each girl. And then I've also added a quote from one of the girls that has done Girls on the Run. And she said, "I have changed my whole life because I'm eating healthier and working out more. I just have a better life." What more could you want from a program for young girls? It's just a great way to start their life and to have them think positively about each other and themselves.